I did spend quite some time trying to make sense of this, and unfortunately I couldn't. I thought of many different ways how to interpret this, and I tried to stick to the principles that we have seen so far, but I have reached a dead end. And I thought before I look it up, I might just try to do the ending B first, so that I not get spoiled. But yeah, here are a few of my thoughts that I had. I was questioning whether this star has a significant meaning. Is it referring to the player character, the fox, or is it referring to an object that we have to drop into water? Or is it just used as a clear symbol to link those two pages together? Then I thought about all the other chests that we had so far, all the other treasures, and usually they were either already there and we just had to find them and see them, or we made them spawn by inputting a Holy Cross code. There were two exceptions that were a little bit special, or odd you might call them, and that was the leaf pile riddle, which was here, where you had to destroy leaf piles to make the chest spawn, and the most cryptic in my opinion was this one, where you had to drop all the skulls in the water hole. And here, in this case, there is nothing you can interact with. Oh, another principle was that usually, or in every case, it didn't matter whether it was night or day. The only exception being the cathedral, where I did it in the wrong order, I think. In the cathedral, I think you are supposed to come here during the night version, because then there is actually a ghost bridge here at 8 that will lead across, and you can, if you know it at that point, input the code, open the door, and then you will come out the back and you know that there is an entrance. The only problem is that this ghost bridge will block the access to the chest, so you will have to come back during the day, know that there is a back entrance, and then just grab the chest. So that is, I think, the only reason you might want to come back here during the day. And I did it in the wrong order, and that's why I had problems finding this entrance at the back. But that was the only exception. The chest was there, you just couldn't reach it. But usually day or night didn't matter. So that leaves us with, in this case, there is no chest, there is nothing to interact with, and I don't see a code I could use here. I tried to input this pattern of the sand, which is a rotated pattern of the seeking spell, by the way. This one, if you rotate this one 180 degrees, you get this island. And with this being the top, then I inputted this code in many different directions. It did nothing. I thought maybe I have to input this flower code again, or in a different direction, extend this code. I don't know anymore. I have reached a dead end in my mind. And yeah, I just don't know, maybe I hope, the only hope I do have is this statement here, which is odd, because if this is the last page, then why do they say that there's one more thing to do if there is still the treasure and you need this page to get the treasure? So there would be at least two more things to do: reach ending B and get the treasure. considering that they're even mentioning the trophy room here. It's interesting that there are only 2 pages where you don't need, that you do not need for the golden path. 2 pages that have nothing on them, which is these 2, 24 and 25. There's no golden path segment on these. And then the librarian page, 36 and 7. Those do not appear on here. I'm not wrong. And those would be the only ones that you could still be missing after getting the first page. And that would prevent you from getting to ending B. So my hope is maybe we will get something that will make it more clear what we have to do here. Because it is confusing, because there is a fairy chest here. This whole thing was part of the golden path. So if the chest is here just by itself, then they could have just put a hint here on the map telling us there's something here you have to do. Another thing is that all these treasures, or most of them, always have been given, or we got hints for them by with those ballpoint pen notes. There is, with this basically being the only exception, there is no way, or almost no way, for you to find those treasures without those pen notes. Like, this is the only one where you are being shown by the printed original manual. Here is something, and then the note only gives you the clue on what to do exactly to get it. The other extreme is the treasure code that you have to input here. How would you be able to, unless it's somewhere in the cryptic text, how would you be able to guess that you have to input this code here? So the manual, the original printed manual, does not give you any information about that, about there being a treasure here. And then there are instances where you are somewhat in between, like here, for example. You could find that by just searching and searching, brute forcing it. You could also brute force that code here, but it would take forever. So usually all those treasures we find because somebody has written something into the manual, and the manual itself usually does not tell us about them, except for here in this box. So my other question, or the question that confused me a lot, is if I remove the ballpoint pen note, meaning the star here, then what is this this box trying to tell me? Is it a case like this one, where it is hinting me at a treasure, or is it talking about something completely different, and only the added note, the written note, does add in additional information about there also being a treasure? Meaning, are they both telling me the same thing, or are those different pieces of information? And those all made me so entangled that I'm not sure if I will ever get to a point. I try to start again. What do I know? What did I know? But I just don't know what I should be doing here. I have no code I could input. I don't know where I could see a code I could input. Maybe it's totally easy, and I'm still unsure whether I can do it right now, or if I should progress to the other end. And that's rather uncomfortable feeling. But I think even if I do the other ending, then I will be able to get back, and then we will get our final treasure, whatever that trophy room is about. But yeah, finally, let's read this letter once more. There's a certain someone we have to visit again. Who could that be? That could either be the Moonlight Greatsword Fox Spirit. We could just go to her and say, hi, we don't have to fight, I have the manual, I can tell you. Or maybe the librarian, who is dead, but in the ghost world he still exists. And he's sitting on his chair, and we could talk to him. Otherwise, I'm not sure. These people don't seem to care. So let's try the fox first, or the I always call her the fox goddess, but the air is the correct term. Okay, let's do I need anything else? Not really. Let's try to talk. Okay, she seems to be fine. Hello. Oh, that's sweet. Another fox friend. And now we have the credits again, but with our two characters. I'm not sure if we will get anything after this. I feel like we won't. And that last puzzle that I cannot figure out is bugging me, to be honest. But well, I would like to figure that out first and then give my final opinion on the game, because except for this one and maybe the cathedral puzzle, where I found it out that they showed it on the map that there is an entrance at the rear end of the cathedral, and then it was rather in the middle. Other than that, I can't really complain about any of the game, to be honest. The puzzles, when I didn't get them, it was usually me. And the more actiony gameplay, it was like a reduced version or smaller version of Zelda and Dark Souls combined. You had areas that you were afraid of to go to, but then they were all usually smaller versions, like a shrunken down swamp area, a shrunken down dungeon. You could get through them rather quickly, but they still conveyed the same feeling of danger or mystery. And that's what games often do. They present life in a shrunken down version. The end. New Game Plus. Copy and save carry most items into new game. I can't choose anything else. Can I get out of this? Here we are. Oh, interesting. Can I upgrade further now with all, if I get these items again? Is that why you can get up to 8 in total? Or could you have gotten to the other upgrades in the original playthrough? Let's see. This is file 3 now. No, this is the secret file. This is our New Game Plus file. Oh wait, no, this is... I think this is the New Game Plus file, because it has a few seconds more. Let's check that. Yeah, here we are. Because now we can't dash anymore. And I need to dash or teleport. Not this one. There was one more other thing that I found, and I have no idea what to do with that. It was right here. It's very odd. You can only reach it by forcing yourself over here and then over here, and then you have this. I don't know what it is. I can't see it. It's not. If it was a sign, I could destroy it with the sword, which I can't. If it was a ghost person, then they wouldn't be here during the day, which it's still here during the day. So I have no idea what that actually is, but it just gives me this glyph. But I don't know what it is. It can't be a sign, because signs you can destroy, and these ghost characters are not here during the day. So it could be something like this, a special item, but these signs you can destroy. And then you can't talk to them anymore. So yeah, okay, apparently no no star item for us. I'm still on my own on this island, trying to make sense of this. Yeah, we will see shortly how I will handle this. Either I have one great inspiration, or I will have to look it up, because I really don't know what I could be inputting here, how to interpret this. Is this star supposed to be off the map for a reason, or is it just here to mark the image? I still think I do not have to read the text, or be able to read the text that is here. That has always been the case, that you don't need to understand the text. Because I still don't know how to read this. There are certain things that seem to make sense, like this could always mean button, because it repeats here. And then there are other things where you could say, okay, this could mean hold. No, this could mean press and hold, and it repeats here. And the first line, press, and this could mean hold. And these two up arrows could mean the A button. But that is not nearly enough to read it. So yeah, we will see how I handle this. I would like to figure it out on my own, because I really like this game. But maybe I just have to look this one up.